Hey YouTube fans, this is LTK, Love Them Knives, another knife review. Obviously, Kizer, made in China. Model number KI404B2. It's, I like what, this is now I can't remember, but I think it's like Bladesmith series, something like that. There's a certain series that are of knives that are budget oriented. There's others that are a little higher end. I think this is not the Vanguard. The Vanguard's the more the budget, and then I think this is the Bladesmith series where they come with some decent packaging. I mean, I wish all my knives came like this, right? Look at this. See how this box is? It's, I mean, you saw previous, if you've watched my other reviews, there's another knife that I did that had this packaging, which is really nice. I mean, I like it a lot. I wished all my knives came like this. Nice pouch. Is that great? Look at here. Here's your paperwork. Yeah. But you got a nice cloth here, you know, microfiber or whatever, felt type thing. Okay. Gonna keep it all together here in the box, because once I review them, many times I sell them on. And I want to keep it all together like brand new. And here's the zipper pouch. Let's go. Wasting too much time. Let's get with it. Here's the knife. And here's the knife. How many layers can they put around this baby? But it's fine. I really like the packaging. I think they went to some trouble, and I really, you know, the zipper pouch is really nice quality. The box is really nice quality, and it goes inside the other box, which is nice and shiny and waxy and cool looking. So, you know, all that, hey, that makes for great presentation. The knife. The actual knife itself. Obviously, this is titanium. It's got a rainbow type anodization. Anodized. I can tell that I've already goobered the blade up. It's a frame lock flipper. Bang, here it comes. Let's wipe it down. My blades, I think when you look at my reviews, you may, and I hate for you to focus on that, but my blades are always like goobered up. It's like I just can't keep my fingerprints off of them. Okay, so what do we have here? Well, like I said, it's a titanium frame lock flipper, black G10 handle on the front. Okay, it is a satin look, and boy, I'll tell you what, I'm getting a little shiny with my studio lights, but that kind of tells you that it's real high satin polish. It's not mirror, but boy, it's showy. Really nice grind. It's a 3.75, so 3 3/4 inch blade overall is what they're saying. I got to double check it. I don't know, because there was a site that said 3.5. So let's take a look, because Blade HQ is saying 3.75. Well, I mean, to tell you the truth, folks, I think whoever said 3.5 is closer. It's not. It's kind of between 3.75 and 3.5, which is odd because nobody's saying that, but they're saying actual cutting edge 3.5. I get that. Yes, it is. But 3.75 overall, no, it's a little shy of that. 8 1/4 and a 1/16 beyond that. So not 8.5, but a little bit longer than 8 1/4. Thickness, 1/2 inch. Plus or minus a 32nd. No, it's pretty much a 1/2 inch. You know, the blade stock, and I need to, I got some calipers coming in. Going forward, we're going to do better than this on blade stock thickness. But you know what? This, and many knives are like 4mm thickness. I think this is thicker than 4mm. So I think it's more than 0.16 thickness on this blade stock. It's VG10. If you want to see right here, VG10. You got the model number on this side. 404B2, made in China sticker. I'm not taking that off the blade. Dual thumb studs, and they're machined, so they're somewhat decorative. You have a pivot here that's in stainless, I believe. We can always check with Mr. Trusty Magnet here, but yeah, that's, that's, what's really strange is, yeah, that's stainless. Wow. The, of course, the clip, that's titanium. But you know what? The rest of the hardware on here is not magnetic. Even the over travel stop, which is buried by the pocket clip, you see that, is not magnetic. So it's titanium because it ain't aluminum. And so, nope, nothing there either. I can't get anything to even get attracted to these standoffs. So, wow, okay. That's kind of freaking me out a little bit. Usually you have stainless hardware. It's kind of strange they do stainless here. And all these are tie. And if these are tie, they could be anode, if you wanted to pimp it. But you couldn't do that, that's a little odd. You'd throw a stainless pivot and then everything else is tie. The anode job is really cool. And this is grippy. This is pretty grippy. And of course it is. And the G10's got the same kind of pattern with all these holes. That's pretty grippy as well. So this knife feels grippy without feeling too sharp. You know what I mean? Frame lock and lock up. That's pretty good right there, right? That's about 20%, give or take. So that's good. Let's look at this. Where are we? We're centered. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty well centered blade. Look at the other side. Pretty good. Right here you can tell at the tip that it's really well centered. Up here, maybe a little bit more light coming through this titanium liner under the G10, and it seems like it's a little closer to the titanium frame lock. Of course, this thing collapses in, if you notice, when the knife is folded, okay? Because there's a detent ball in there. So, of course, it would look closer in here, because if you open it up and you get that out, let's say, then this opens up more. It does have a detent ball in there, if you can see that, just kind of. And I could not see an insert, and I hate to be like just real phobic and freaky about that, but no, there's no hardened insert in there for an interface with the back of the VG10 blade. Okay, and so you got tie on there. I understand that Kizer carbonizes the end of this so that they don't need to put a hardened interface, steel interface in there. And it also prevents lock stick. And I'm not getting any lock stick. So if they do harden that tie to where it doesn't wear when it interfaces with that over time, then I guess you're okay. I guess you don't need an insert. C'est la vie, right? I got this because it was on sale. Busted. And you may find that, well, Here, let me show you. This is Blade HQ. And, you know, MSRP originally was 186. Now they're on for 99. I think at one time they were like in the 130 to low 140 range, and people were buying them at that. See, it says 3.75 inch, polished. It is fairly polished. I wouldn't call it mirror, but it's a high satin polish. And they show you the backside being, you know, the ano thing. Okay. Handle length, 4.625. Thickness is a 1/2 inch, which we measured. Titanium VG10. Blade thickness, 0.15. I said 0.16 was what I was guessing. So I didn't look at the specs. 0.15 is what they're saying. Seems a little thicker stock than that. I would have guessed maybe 0.18, even 0.19 maybe, but 0.18. But, you know, they're saying 0.15, so I guess they know better than I know. Really shiny. As far as action here, and I want to get into this a little bit. These run on, and I don't know of any of the Kaisers that run on bearing systems. This runs on phosphor bronze washers. When I got this out of the box, and let me show you the action here. Let's get it down here. You can see the whole knife. You know, I've been working with it for a while. When I first got it out of the box, it torqued so good. It was a little stiff. And I saw another review that a guy did on a different Kaiser model. And he says, yeah, it was stiff out of the box. He has used his like 3 months or so before he did his review. And he ended up taking it apart and sanding the phosphor bronze washers down, buffing them down, and then put some penetrating oil in everything and then putting it back together. And he says that really helped. If you want to do that, that's fine. It's set up okay. It's not off center. It's not messed up. It doesn't feel like there's any debris in there. I think it's just good old-fashioned time and wear that will get this action loosened up a lot better. But, you know, you see some of my other knives, and they, you know, they drop better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like this one here, this CH3504. I mean, like that. I mean, that is more like it. I mean, these are on caged ceramic bearings, but like that. If you do this, you can't. I mean, it just not. I mean, I really got to shake this baby hard, and it's just not going. See? I mean, finally. Okay, so no, this action is just fires right out, and falls right back in. It's just so easy and light. This is a lot stiffer action. It will come out, but you can fail on these flips. And I did when I first opened it up, because I was used to something like this. That, I mean, you can't almost fail. I mean, if you really push softly, just a little bit, you can get that to fail. But I mean, if you just push your finger down to the frame, it's going to come out. This one, you push your finger down to the frame, and it will come out now. I've worked with it for hours. So it'll, see, it can maybe, you got to be intentional about it. I don't know how I feel about phosphor bronze washers. I guess they decided that they are good. They're used in a lot of good knives. So I guess I get it. I like ceramic caged bearings if I can get them. I just think, I don't know. Maybe these are more susceptible to problems with debris and stuff getting in there, you know? maybe. I don't know. I don't really jam my knives in dirt and heavy stuff. And maybe they're thinking this heavy use thing, bronze washers would be less likely to trap or accumulate a lot of debris in their mechanism. So that might be their thinking. I mean, you've got an open back design here. You've got 3 standoffs, and obviously they're titanium, and they're kind of nicely machined. They look good, you know. They're nice. You've got, look at that anode. See, they anode this, both sides of the, this is the one solid piece of tie, and then this is a liner, titanium liner, next to the G10 handle. So this both sides got anode, and you can see that when you flash the light here. So you got your stop pin back here. You can use these thumb studs. They're very usable, you know. They're especially handy for getting your oils of your finger all over the blade. Just joking there. Hey, one thing that I did notice about this, and I hate to bounce this knife around too much and I lose focus, but not too bad really for this camera. Couple things. Personally, I'm not a big fan of Phosphor bronze washers. I really like a better rolling action on a flipper knife than this. But it's okay. This is just not as much fun. But you know what? It's going to get better. It's going to get better. I mean, I'm not working real hard to flip this. I can do it push button. I can do it light switch. Boy, when they first come out of the box, this one was really tight. Here's another thing, proprietary pivot, if you don't have a pivot tool given to you. And I get that you can jerry rig something here because it's a slot. So if you had you can't get a coin in there. It's too thin a slot. But you could get a piece of metal, maybe a dull butter knife or something like that in there and turn that. Okay? Nothing on the backside you can get a hold of. Oh, another thing too. I mean, some of the Kaisers, give you right hand tip up only. This one gives you tip up, tip down right hand. But it's not going to give you left hand because of the scale in the front. I mean, they're just not going to dig it up to put places for you to do that. Here they do. They could have, actually, but no. So it's right hand only, tip up or tip down. Proprietary pivot, bronze washers, open standoff design, yes. And I like the rainbow ano, yes. The flipper tab. Let's talk about it. I won't go into a lot of detail and heartbreak, but let's look at some flipper tabs. There's a flipper tab. I mean, good Lord Almighty, folks. I mean, that's a tall flipper tab. Okay, so we got more than a 1/4 inch. We got a 1/16 over a 1/4 inch. I mean, here I don't even know we got a 1/4 inch. No, not even a 1/4 inch tall. Here, right at a 1/4 inch. For some reason, this looks gigantic, doesn't it to you? I mean, when you just look at, see what I'm saying? I mean, it just looks so big to me. And you know, the fact that it's not, look at this flipper tab, okay? See how it's beveled? See the beveling around all these edges here? It's like an old worn pair of jeans, right? But this is new. But see how they rounded this? They put a little jimping on it. Okay, look at this one. See where this is beveled here? See the edge? Where it's beveled all the way around? It's stone washed because the blade's stone washed. It's stone washed. It's nice and smooth and rounded. You know, okay, look at this one. This is like you just drew it through the cut in the cutting tool. You know, milled it off. Whoop, nothing. No real, it's sharp. Okay, let's just put it that way. It's just very plain, unfinished, sharp. Type flipper tab. It's real shiny. It would have been nice if it was tumbled or stone washed or at least just, I mean, you can feel the edge there. It's not going to cut my finger, but I mean, this is what you're doing, right? I mean, it's a flipper, right? So if you're going to use this flipper tab, I mean, this is not comfortable here. And they've got it up here so far because in my humble opinion, these bronze phosphor washers aren't exactly flying that blade out. You know, so you got to have like 500 acres worth of travel on this flipper to get enough momentum to get this thing to open up on you instead of having a fail. I just think you need more real estate to get enough velocity or momentum to get that thing out. And it will, but I think if this flipper tab was like a 16th or an 8th less tall, it would look better from a design standpoint as far as I'm concerned. And if you had caged bearings, it would still work just fine. Now, on the other hand, you've got a real guard here. I mean, you have got a hilt. So I guess if you want to go hardcore, you've got this hilt. You've got a lot of protection here. So I'm okay. So, you know, it's a design thing, but I think the finish on the flipper tab could be better. I think they should have just rounded it off, deburred it, done something, you know, because I'm not digging that. Now, okay, so here, I was going to bring this up too. For ease of separation of the frame lock, right? This front scale is lower than the back scale, and you'll see that in a lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot of frame locks, you'll see that, so that you have room to get your thumb and have something to grab onto, right? So you can push the liner aside, the frame aside. Okay? So that's nice. And you do have the over travel stop in here. So you got over travel stop, you have a detamp ball. And if they carbonize this, then I guess it's you don't need the hardened interface. So they've taken care of those issues. Okay, so what's the original MSRP on this? Well, it's $186. You tell me. This is $82. This is $68. MSRP. This is $180 something. It's VG10. It's good steel. It's a Japanese steel, right? And they do have these titanium standoffs. This is a titanium backspacer. These hardware is not titanium, but the rest of it, yeah, it's titanium. This is S35VN. This is D2. This is titanium. These two things are stainless. I mean, irregardless of price, if you had these three knives sitting there and I just walk up and I mess with them, I think this would be my last choice. Just saying, and you know, don't hate me, but I'm just saying that I don't know. I mean, it's VG10, so I would probably, I don't know how you feel about D2. S35VN. I will take S35VN. Then I'd probably take VG10. Then I'd take D2. But I just, I really like this. I like this rainbow anno thing. I like the fact that it's a frame lock and it's not a liner lock. A lot of Kaisers are liner locks that are flippers. Well, a lot of them are frame locks too. And it's 99 bucks. Okay, so you can buy it for 99 bucks. I can buy this for 68, and I can buy this one for 82. Yeah. Nah. Really nice box. Great box. You get a cloth. I mean, wow. It's first rate. And that zipper pouch that's in here. I mean, it's a great bit of kit. It really is. I mean, they are making it classy. Classy. You don't get that with these. This one came in a zipper pouch. It was just like a faux leather type zipper pouch. Nothing really all that fancy. This one, yeah, I like better. Sure. I like that better. But it's not about the pouch, is it? It's about the knife. And I guess if I were, and let's talk about the blade design here. This kind of is reminiscent to me, not really, but a little bit of more of it's a modified drop point, but it's more of a Hinderer type ZT look, isn't it? Okay. So hard use, thick stock, a little thicker maybe than this. Maybe not. Actually, probably about the same. Okay. Hard use, just like real tough daily grind stuff. This is just too pretty. This is anode. This is just, I'm sorry, but this is just too pretty. And so is this. This is way too pretty. So yeah, I get it. If I want to go out, I'm going to do some G10. I really wouldn't care about the anode job if I was using a hard worker. And for 99 bucks, it's not bad. I don't know. Maybe most of your ranchers and farmers are not carrying even a $100 knife. They're carrying a $50 Kershaw or something. This one, yeah. It's a Kaiser. It's made in China. It's good fit and finish. And it's like, how do you say that when you're right? I don't like this. There are no really sharp edges here, although I don't have another G10 type handle knife. It's right up here. I'm not seeing a lot of. Here you are. You got a little cutout, a little mill out. So, no, the G10's not sharp. And the liners are not sharp, the back. It's not bad. This clip, it's love it or leave it time. I don't know. And it lays right over that over travel stop that's right here. I don't know why you wouldn't put your over travel stop here. I don't know why you bury it underneath this clip. I'm not real big fan of. Let's take a look. Well, of course, this is just like a stamped type titanium. This is a milled. This is lower profile, less hot spot. This could present more of a hot spot issue. Unless it kind of slips between your fingers here, which it can. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad, but look at this. Well, these are milled. Okay, so these are milled titanium. These are really nice. These aren't stamped. This one is. So that's a little. I'm with this. I'm feeling this a lot more. And this a lot more than this clip. These have a built-in over travel stop inside here, along with a hardened interface and detent ball over travel all in one. So I kind of like that because it's not as obvious. But this is okay. There's no little screw that you see on the back here because they don't need it because they didn't have, they just got the detent ball right into the titanium and the over travel stop over here. So yeah, you got the screw over here where you don't have it with these, but you do have them here. So I don't know. Why am I comparing? It's about, do you like the design? Do you like the model? Do you like VG10? It's very, very sharp. The grind looks to be very symmetrical here. Yeah, it's right on. So good symmetrical grind, nice thick blade stock, 0.15 an inch. They say 3 3/4. They said it right on the Blade HQ. I think I saw another place where they said it was 3.5, and really it's closer to 3.5, or it's kind of in between. 3.5 cutting edge, 3.6, 3.65 total length on the blade, if we can agree on that. And then this, I don't know. I just don't know why you just want to mill that off and leave it plain. Look at how sharp that edge is. Maybe they touched it with something here, because, I mean, it's not razor sharp, but... And here I've gone over 30 minutes. Sorry about that. I just, I have nothing against Kizer brand. I haven't found one that just really turned me on. I saw a couple of their models that are kind of cleaver style, and I think they really look cool. So maybe on to the next. Maybe try one of the cleaver things. This is a very standardized looking, flipper style and the blade style, but it's a good blade style for good hard use. And so, yes, this would be a real sturdy, tough knife, and not one that you'd worry about scratching up too bad, at least on the G10 side. So there you go. What do you think? Leave your comments below. All right, this is Love Them Knives, and we do love them knives. We like them all. As long as they appeal to you, that's what's important. We want something functional. We want something sharp. We want something that's somewhat attractive to us from a style standpoint. But the workmanship and the function and the fit have to be there. And this qualifies. This is not getting me all worked up, but it's interesting. I need to explore. I need to look at these different types of knives just to kind of get a grip on, my overall assessment of different quality knives and different knives from different manufacturers. All right. Peace. Peace. Thank you so much for taking the time. And stay tuned. We got more reviews coming.